Good afternoon, and welcome to Financial Heart Space. My name is Martin Cowart, and today I'm going to be guiding you through a noonday meditation and contemplative power hour. It's an opportunity for us to stop what we're doing and let go of the need to do, to be, to have, and just be ourselves. And reconnect with that deeper power within us that can guide us through this pandemic. Are you in a scarcity mindset? We all may find ourselves in there at some point. I still find myself into that occasionally. But I probably spend most of my life, certainly most of my life, driven by fear of not enough. Thinking somehow I could become successful enough, had enough money, had enough prestige, had enough power that I would somehow be worthy of love. That's the ultimate goal, is we want to feel belong and that we're worthy of love. And that scarcity mind that comes from the place of not getting our ego needs wanted when we were children. And it's really hard for anyone to grow up in America today not to have some level of what I call a scarcity mindset. And I want to even say further, I think the problems of today are all rooted in this scarcity mindset. Because the impact of that thinking, the impact of being and not enough, create structures. Let me see if I can figure out what I'm doing. Hello, I'm doing well. Thank you for joining me today, Hassan. And if you're like Hassan did, if you just type in your name into the chat below, let me know you're here. It's really helpful because then I know you're around. And otherwise I just see a number on the screen that people are here. But it's nice too. I like know you're here, but I really like to know who you are. Back to the scarcity mindset, and I think that sentence of, "Hey, Randy, how are you? Good to have you here. Thank you for joining. Good to hear me doing Randy's story. He's a coach and storyteller, and he's going to get you're going to tell a little of my story today. So thank you for coming on, because that's what I want to share with you. I want to share with you the scarcity mindset in ourselves, and I believe that collective sort of ego-driven fear of not enough. Fear of needing to hoard, feeding to get power, feeding to nominate is the egoic, male-dominated construct that's created some of our societal and economic structures that are so painful. If you think about that, so it's the core of the current day economic inequalities, that's I call it social economic equality. At its core is internal belief system that we're not enough. We were born into the world lacking what we need to survive, to provide for ourselves and our families and our loved ones. So we create a story that we have to do all these things in order to have all things to be happy and successful. Do you understand? First, do it. We think we can do stuff to out of scarcity. So we've created economic structures and social structure and norms actually are built on that framework, if you will. I mean, think about it. There's not enough for this. There's not enough for that. I had an argument. I had a conversation with a fellow one day. He said he was telling me they had a solution for ending potholes in the state of New Jersey. We thought that's something we ought to spend time on, money, as though we can't afford to do that. I said, "What do you mean? We've got the technique, we can't afford to do it. What do you mean we can't? We don't have money to do that." I said, "Cool." Well, there's not enough money. There is no finite. By the way, there's no finite supply of money. That is an illusion. Money is a source of exchange, and it's an exchange for value. I give you something of value, of more value than you value your money. You give me your money, which I value more than what we created more value in the exchange. That's what money is. That's what real currency is. It is an exchange for value between two people to create more value, to create more wealth. Both people in that transaction win. Money becomes an expression of, and not a weapon, for reward and punishment. And in the old economic structure of not enough, I'm going to give you a little piece of what I have if you do what I want to. If you give me what I want. It is that is a fear-driven construct out of scarcity. And quite frankly, that is a lot of our government's economic policies are written. And in a lot of ways, I would call it in the dark side of capitalism. Let's call it that. It's the part that's greedy, that never has enough, and will never be satisfied. And now let's bring it back to that's the collective. That's the larger picture. So I bring that back now to the individual, to me, to my story. So I spent most of my life trying to prove success, trying to prove I was valuable, trying to prove I was worthy. And frankly, I'm quite lucky because I did achieve some pretty nice level of success. I had a very successful restaurant, and I became a top producer in a Fortune 100 financial service firm. I had a wonderful office overlooking from Park Avenue, and then it all came tumbling because of fear. Fear brought it all down to its knees. Thank God, because it was the fear of failure, the fear of bankruptcy, that called me to wake up to a higher level of truth. You can't do anything, and that is who I am. I am who I am. That's a powerful word. I am. I am so much bigger than that little narcissistic kid, young man that needs to achieve success and to be loved. Because I am prosperity. I am abundance. I am infinite intelligence. And when we realize the truth of who we are, and we usually have to hit some wall that's painful in order for us to stop, take a break, and begin to listen to ourselves, the truth of who we are. That's been my story. And once you realize the truth, that we are abundant, that we have everything we need, there is nothing to do. We can start being human beings and focus all of our energy on being ourselves, being our most authentic selves. And when we're coming from that place of being pure, loving awareness, and from there, we will always achieve our goals. Because it's the creative process. We go, I call it, from being to doing, from to being to creating. We become creators of the world. We become co-creators of a better world. And our purpose is driven, and our doing is always centered on one another, on serving the other, on serving mankind, on serving humanity, to make a better world for all to live, more equitable. That's what's happening today with COVID-19, from my perspective. As a contemplative and a modern day mystic, someone who is grounded in my spiritual beingness. Yes, I am today. I am very much in that day. Thank you. I love the guys. Yes, I am on phone because I got morning. I was thinking about whole notion of scarcity and not enough, and how it is destroying our planet. When the truth is there is a plenty. We live in an abundant universe full of resources, infinite supply, all within us. We come onto the planet with everything we know. So we have to figure out a way to out of that scarcity mindset, to get out of that trap. And for me, it has to get so full that we know all alternative other than to stop, get still, and listen to that still small voice within ourselves to create something new. I think with such an exciting time we live in today is I woke up to this a few years ago. And once you wake up to something, by the way, you can't unrealize it. You open up your soul. Absolutely, my soul opens up, and I am on fire every day to spread the message. And in my prosperity coaching, I want to bring that to everyone else. I want to liberate every person I can on this planet from their emotional attachments to me is not enough. That's my goal, to create a wonderful abundance by showing up with gratitude. Because life is so much more exciting. Because when we wake up the truth of who we are, everything we do, when doing becomes secondary to what we are, it becomes creative, it becomes simple, it becomes imaginative, and we can't help do it because it's going to bring so much joy and fulfillment. It's going to brings so much joy, and not only in our lives, but in the lives of the we become part of the evolutionary process to develop and create a world grounded in love and prosperity and truth and abundance. Everyone can enjoy joy equal. We want other people to enjoy the resources of the planet. We want to share them. It comes from our heart. We want to create economic systems where everyone has an opportunity to enjoy life and bring their gifts to the world. That's what this is about. And it's what I think COVID-19 is working, is that we're having this Mother Nature saying, wait a minute, y'all. I created this wonderful world of abundance. Beautiful. Think of the abundance and the infinite number of creatures in the ocean. We've got living creatures that we've never even seen or know. And yet we throw so much pollution into it. It's choking the ones we do. So maybe the universe, Mother Nature, the divine mother, is giving us a huge, big slap, saying, go to your rooms. All done is complain about not having enough, not getting your own way, and not being beautiful. And actually, I created the magnificent, the most beautiful, the most abundant place called Earth imaginable, beyond your wildest creation, and yet all you've done is complain and destroy it. Go to your rooms and sit still until you can figure out exactly who you are and what you are and what you're here to do. And that's inviting you to do. Because it's like a fierce slap of a mother bear to her cub. She's trying to protect us from ourselves. She is trying to protect us from our own egoic fears of not enough to the truth who we are. And it's like a few years ago, on the edge of bankruptcy and scared to death that I was become a big failure. It was slapping my face to wake up to the truth. We are prosperity, are abundant. We are infinite intelligence. Not me, this little Martin sitting on a chair. With me, the life force is talking to you. That is the powerful force of the universe that created everything you see and do. We have it right here within us. It's just willing to let go of the old story. So I was reading a little of this today from Eckhart Tolle. Love Eckhart Tolle. I'm taking his course, by the way, fantastic course. I'm taking his 8-week course. And I want to read a little bit what I had to say about all this today. There's my friend Scott. Glad you could join us. And yes, you're sizzling hot. Thanks for your passion. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I am on fire today. I don't know why I'm on fire, but I'm feeling it. I've been part of a conference, and they've been inspiring me to wake up and start speaking a little louder. Yeah. I'm a little on fire today. I have to say it's true. Noticing. Eckhart Tolle talked about something in his book called Practicing the Power of Now. It's called freeing yourself from your mind. And then that's exactly what we're talking about. Freeing yourself from that scarcity mindset. It's a mind. It's just a thought. It's a chronic negative thought that you're not enough. I'm not enough. There's not enough in the world. Therefore, I better do everything I can to share. The good news, exactly. The good news is that you can free yourself from your mind. This is the only true liberation. And you can take the first step right now. Start listening to the voices in your head often as you can. Pay particular attention to any repetitive thought patterns, those old audio tapes that have been playing in your head perhaps for many years. This is what I mean by watching the thinker, which is another way of saying listen to the voice in your head. Be there at the witnessing presence. See the difference? You're not the voice. You're witnessing this voice. We begin to think we are that voice. We are those thoughts. We are not enough. That's not true. But if you can step back and witness it, then you can acquire the truth of it. So if the voice in your head is saying you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you're not lovable, whatever those negative things are, you don't have enough, and you're never going to be wealthy, you're not worth it. Whatever those negative, you can separate yourself and identify with them. You get a little gap. You get a little separation from that. You get a little bit and begin to realize the truth of exactly who and what we are. That's marvelous. When you listen to that voice, listen to it impartially. That is to say, do not judge it. Do not judge or condemn what you hear, or do would mean the same voice is coming again through the back door. Does that make sense? It's like you all have that going on in our head. It's that ego. It's that drama battle going on in our head. Do this, do that, gosh, this and do that. And it's just the same ego thought turning around over and over again, getting us absolutely nowhere. It's called the monkey mind too. You'll soon realize there is a voice, and here I am listening to it and watching it. This I am realization. I am realization. This sense of your own presence is not a thought. It rises from beyond your mind. Your creative genius is beyond your mind. It is what Eckhart tells us, the transcendent presence, the spiritual presence, the formless, pure consciousness. So when you listen to a thought, you are aware not only of the thought, but also of yourself as the witness of the thought, and a new dimension of consciousness has come in. And you know what? And you know what? It's really not about anything like I forgot what to say. Somebody thinks I forgot it. So when you listen to a thought, you're not only aware of the thought, a new dimension. So we talk about enlightenment like it's some great thing out there. That's all enlightenment is. It's because you become aware of consciousness. You become aware of the fact that you're alive. That's enlightenment. I'm aware that I'm alive. Trying to find them yet. A new dimension of consciousness has come in. That's really about what enlightenment is. You just You just awaken to the fact that you're alive, and that you're not your thought. That's the first time you do that. That is awakening. That is, when you first realize that you're not your thought, that's pretty wild. As you listen to the thought, feel a conscious presence. You're deep enough behind or underneath, as it were. The thought then loses its power over you and quickly subsides, because you are no longer energizing the mind through identification with it. This is the beginning of the end of involuntary and compulsive thinking. Involuntary and compulsive thinking that I'm not. Involuntary and compulsive thinking that there is not enough for me. When a thought subsides, you experience a discontinuity in the mental stream, gap of no mind. At first, the gaps will be short, a few seconds perhaps, but gradually they become longer. And when these gaps occur, you feel a certain stillness, peace within you. Is the beginning of your natural state of felt oneness with being, which is usually obscured by the mind. I do shadow work. Shadow is obscuring us. It's the beliefs in our mind that separate us from our being. We can't see the light of our being because we're caught up in the shadow beliefs, limited beliefs. With practice, the sense of stillness and peace will deepen. In fact, there is no end to its depth. You will also feel a subtle emanation of joy arising from deep within you. Eckhart calls that the joy of being. Just the joy of being alive. You don't have to do anything, have anything. Just get the joy by being alive. And there, as we begin to focus our energies on just being, we'll know exactly what to do. Exactly what we're here to do. In this state of interconnectedness, you're much more alert, more awake, and mind identified state. Fully present. It also raises the vibrational frequency of the energy field that gives life to the physical body. You chunt down, yeah, I will. Let me ask, will I chunt down more about shadow beliefs? Yeah, I'll talk about that. Give me 1 second. I'd love to. That's a great question. As you go deeply into this realm of no mind, in this state of connectedness, you are much more alert, more awake than in the mind identified state. You are fully present. It also raises the vibrational frequency of the energy field that gives life to the physical body. As you go more deeply into this realm of no mind, as it is called in the East, you realize the state of pure consciousness. In that state, you feel your own presence with such intensity and sense joy that all thinking, all emotions, your physical body, as well as the whole external world, become relatively insignificant in comparison to. Yet, this is not selfish, but a selfless state. It takes you beyond. It takes you beyond on what you previously thought of as yourself. This presence is essential. That presence is essential to you, and at the same time, inconceivably greater than you. Someone said that they're getting an echo. Is everyone getting an echo here from me today? I'm using a different microphone because the other microphones people were getting echoes. I've changed it. Anyway, let's get back. I'm going to meditate in a minute, and the echo's not going to matter. But thank you for letting me know that we have an echo going. So, Ben asked me a question, She wants me to go a little bit into the shadow belief. And what is shadow? What are shadow beliefs? Well, shadow is what came out of is basically out of a Jungian archetype psychology. That we all have a shadow self. We have the golden self, we have the true self, and the shadow self are those parts of ourselves we hide, repress, and deny. Those are the construct limiting beliefs of the mind. They're very, very limiting. Those are the beliefs we created in our life through our experiences where we might have gotten hurt, might have experienced pain. If we got, say we got, so let's just say I grew when I was growing up. I'll give you my story. So as a kid, I used to hear my parents, my mother arguing and getting angry with my father over money. So as a 4 or 5-year-old kid, I interpreted that to believe that if you didn't make a lot of money, if you were financially successful, you weren't lovable. So I created the shadow belief that in order to be lovable, I needed to make money. Because people who didn't make money were sorry. No. So that's a shadow belief. It's not true. But for the most of my life, I believed to be true because that was imprinted in my head as a kid. That's what's imprinted in my head as a kid. So, let me try something. I wonder if that helps. Let me know, Michael, if that helps. I just did something to see if that helped. I had Facebook open on another page. Let me do that. Let me close this. Let me close this. See that. So I grew up with this shadow belief. The shadow belief that it drove me for most of my life. It's a feared belief that I'm not good enough unless I make a lot of money. And that shadow is happen at a collective basis as well. And I think that is the shadow side of what I would say capitalism is. Capitalism is the ability to have free exchange of goods and services of value to create more value, to create more wealth for everybody. It's a golden part. It's a golden opportunity. It's free trade to bring your gift and your wares to the market in exchange someone else. So people are going to pay me whatever they're going to pay me for my gift services because they value my and services more than what they're going to give up. So if I have $1, if I give something for $1, then whatever I gave you has more value to you than the $1 you gave to me. So at the end of exchange, both win because we've created more value for each person. That's what money is really about. And if we create an entire economy based on building wealth from that perspective, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing away with the system. I'm talking about doing away with the shadow of the system. The belief that I have to get more than I give up. I'm under that I have to get more to hoard it to get more than share because there's not enough of me. That's the shadow side of that system. But from a purely capitalist perspective, if you and I go into an exchange, if I give you a bottle of water for $1, that's telling you pay me the $1 openly. I say, who wants a bottle of water? I do. I say, with me, oh yeah, I'll give you $1. Thirst. So I give you the bottle of water because the $1 is worth more than the water. You give me your $1, and you now have because that's worth more to you than the water. Water is more than $1. We've created wealth. Who's been taken away? There's no finite amount of that. Now expand that to a larger universe. That's what money is about. And it's my mission, if you will, to that. prosperity planner and a spiritual teacher, bring in those two universes together to teach spirit principles to resolve financial problems. That's what I do, because it works for me. If it can work for me and it work for my clients, it can work for everybody. And if we can begin to allow those principles on a collective basis, we can create a new economic social system built on that. We'll create abundant and full of wealth and joy and prosperity. All right. So money stops being a weapon, if you will, for reward and punishment, and becomes an expression of love for extend building wealth for everybody. Everybody gets included. Is anybody other than Michael having an issue with echo? Because no one's ever commented on that before. If you're getting echo from hearing me talk, would you please type yes echo into the page chat so I can see what to do about it? Because that could distract me. No one is commenting, so you must be the only person experiencing echo out there, because there's no one else is saying anything else about it. And thank you for me know so I can check it out. So now we're going to meditate. What we do, let me turn off my phone here. So raise your arms in the air, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, feel that life, feel that energy, feel that wonderful, vibrant life force in us. Oh God, it's amazing, isn't it? Life itself is a miracle. We human beings, all we have to do is be, and let God do the rest through us. If we can focus all of our heart, all of our mind, all of us on just being, everything else self. We will be inspired to begin doing from there to creating a world beyond wildest imaginations. Open your hearts to that opportunity. Be joyful and be gracious and glad we all get to participate in that, in this moment in history, this moment now. And then bring it down to your heart. Put your hands on your heart. Good. Put your hands on your heart and just feel the miracle of your very own heart beating. It's a miracle. Spirit, the air, the oxygen, the light energy of the universe outside, coming into our mouths, our nostrils, down our lungs, into our bodies, into our heart, mixing with our blood, creating life. Wow. Just feel into that for a moment. Feel into your being. Just sit with your being. Let everything else go. Hold on to nothing. Let go of every thought, opinion, and judgment you have. Me, yourself, God, COVID-19, everything. Every belief, think it's good or bad or wrong, let it all go. Hold on to nothing. And fall into being. Doing, thinking, this being. And you find your mind doing what it loves to do, which is that's what minds are for. Just say, thinking, let it go. The mind is a thinking machine. It's never going to stop thinking. And meditation is not about stopping thinking. It's just to be less identified with the thinking. So you don't need to pull into identification with because when we become who we are, we begin to create and manifest a new world. That's what manifestation is all about. Manifestation is often in creations, often misunderstood. Like, well, I just want a new car to drive by. I'll think about a new car all the time, and I'll finally get a new car. That might happen to some level, to some degree. Some you might get with that happening. But I can tell you this: if you your primary focus on being what your heart desires, which is to serve the world, will begin to happen, and your doing will become part of being, and that comes with practice. So let go, let go, let go, and be still. Be still and know that I am the divine. I am pure loving awareness, not me. I am not me. I am not me. I am not me. Be still, know that I am. I am.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. That was a nice journey for me. I hope it was for you. The internal. It occurred to me, Michael, while I was in there, was that possibly I broadcast this to two of my foot pages. I broadcast it through my personal Facebook page, and I also broadcast it through my financial hearts business page. And if you're getting an echo, says you might have the application, your Facebook application, opened up into two pieces. You might try turning off all your Facebook applications, actually closing out of all of your pages and your URLs, reopening only Facebook once, and seeing if that resolves the problem. Might help. Anyway, I want to go back to your question again, Mindy. Shadow. The shadow is part of you of us, the ego that says, "I don't want to meditate. I don't want to be quiet. It's too boring. I got this." It wants to run. It wants to be us. It's the ego. It's the ego's belief systems, and very limiting, which is what takes practice for us to encourage into meditation and temperature to pray. Because in there we have to face our demons. We have to face our shadows. We have to feel our way into the fears. Does that help? That's why we do it together. We come here together to do it. So thank you so much for joining me again today on Saturday. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I won't be tomorrow because I'm not here on Sundays, but I will be back on Monday at noon time, Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll be back. It's always a pleasure. And we co-create this new world together, but I love and joy and compassion. And the truth of who we be. So fall into being. Let go. I know to get there and to plug. You know, I tell my clients that sometimes, you know, they're not making the breakthrough. They're losing action. I'll ask them, how's your meditation? Oh, you know, it's not as good. I'm always. Because the ego might not like to be quiet. It wants to run the show. That's why it's so difficult. He gets so busy with all figuring things out, and particularly when he gets an idea he can fix something, you know, make the world better for yourself. Yeah, it's taming. I call it taming the dragon. You know, getting in it. As a statement, I'm gonna make a T-shirt that says "No fear." KNOW fear. No fear is no fear. Getting to know fear. Get to know what you're afraid of. Get to know that shadow. Kissing the dragon. The scarce dragon. Now, that's the biggest dragon in the world. That's one we grew up in this consumer rooted, male, egoic, dominating culture that is do. And it's really hard to let go of that. That's what we did together. Those little glimpses, those little peak holes, I think bigger. And once we realize it, when he comes back, you can say, "Yeah, we already did that. Let go. Get off my field, or for me, become a servant." Yeah. Taming the ego mind to be our servant. It makes a wonderful servant. It's brilliant. Our minds are brilliant. Our little brains, the binary brain, is brilliant. It's nothing. It's not the end all. It's just a small piece of a much larger universe. So, may love and prosperity prevail. Thank you for joining me today.